and welcome back to another episode of Gamehiker, where we contemplate the things we've done wrong in our life.
While an angry old man guilt trips us and crying in public.
Yep. Look at those tears coming out of his eyes. Thinking about all those times I ripped off people by selling them maps that were too expensive.
Smashing pots just to see what's inside.
All in the pursuit of money. So one option I have here is that they want me to go to Kakariko Village, but I always prefer to just skip it and just go straight to Sahasra Hollow. Just because...
You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. It actually gives you slightly different dialogue if you completely bypass them and beat the dungeon first.
Just walk straight into these pals.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that sometime.
We're going to do it right this time.
Yeah, you are heading in that direction, aren't you?
Yep. I mean, in the village right now, I could probably grab a few heart pieces, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
We'll come back for those later when we're actually going into the town proper. Although, actually, I should grab the bug catching net and a bottle. I guess that would be nice to have.
You're short a few rupees.
Well, I can get the one inside the bar.
Okay.
I want to at least have one bottle for a fairy.
Yeah, that's important.
Oh, that's the wrong house. I don't want to care about you and your yard that you can't seem to mow.
His yard has gone wildly out of control.
Hello, kid.
This kid is all sickly, so sickly.
Hey, brother Tingle. You are not a Tingle brother. You're not even wearing the right clothes. I gotta have a bottle first.
Oh man, the Dark World theme. The Dark World. I'm listening to the soundtrack on YouTube right now. The Dark World theme is another one that never really came back.
Yeah, and that's one like one that you hear like the entire time in the Dark World. So that's one that's really surprising that they didn't use again. Like I guess it's sort of like the Lost Woods might slip between the cracks, but that one not so much.
No, that's one. I've had the pleasure of going to the Zelda Symphony, and when they do the Dark World theme, this one's also on the Skyward Sword. Bonus soundtrack CD from the Special Edition. Anyway, they actually managed to drop the beat in the middle of the Dark World, and it is just glorious.
That does sound like it'd be great. I'll have to see if I can find a version of that on YouTube or something.
Yeah, if I remember, I'll send you a link. In fact, I'll look for it right now while you're smashing pots.
Excellent. There's a nice little house to go into because you can get a bunch of bombs in there and pretty much a continuous resource for bombs. Which is pretty much the only reason why it exists. I can just get 3 more rupees, I'll be able to get my other bottle.
Okay, yeah, so I found a link.
Okay.
Looks like this guy cut out just to the Dark World section of a different medley. I'll send it your way.
Awesome. I'll take a look at it.
Now we're obligated to link it too.
Y'all to drop that into the video. Yep, so, it was the evil air. Yeah, check me out. Got me a...
So the magic happens at about the 35-second mark.
Okay. There's actually a cool little secret, and since I'm looking for coins anyway, and it's at the Deval's coins, we'll go check it out. I think it's her house. To go in there before she calls the coppers on me.
Yeah, she will call security.
Yeah, it's up here. There's a painting of Mario, and if Link wants to get nice and personal with it, they give us some money. Because he's an old bro of Mario, or bro of Link's.
I mean, I keep my cash behind the picture. I think most people do.
And now we know exactly the reason why she calls the cops on him.
He broke into her chest, She's not having that.
Yeah, she didn't like it when guys get into her chest.
Mm-mm. You gotta ask permission.
I mean, it's downright inappropriate. Especially when your name is Tingle.
I mean, what do you expect from Tingle? He's going to find your money. Yeah, the Lost Woods theme. I'm looking at Zelda Gamepedia right now. And the Lost Woods theme that you mentioned is not even on their recurring music page.
Wow.
It doesn't recur.
That's just sad. I feel like what really happened with that music, this is like the topic of the entire episode, is that Ocarina of Time came out, and you ended up having Soraya's song end up being sort of the song associated with the Lost Woods.
Yep, yeah, that did happen. I think that kept coming back.
Because I think even in like Breath of the Wild, we end up hearing it in the woods too.
That sounds right. I think Wind Waker based a song on it as well. Forest Haven.
Okay. Yeah, they're making it a little bit too hairy now. I never really could figure out what these statues were supposed to be. They look like bird faces.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with hawks or vultures, maybe.
Maybe Chozo.
Or they could be Octoroks spitting out the spike.
Oh yeah, I mean I can sort of see that.
Yeah,
they're like in the middle of spitting out.
That Octorok was kind enough to model for you.
Yeah, I know. Like you had it right there, so you can look at it, compare it, and have you distracted and look away.
But yeah, I personally overwent to bird heads.
Yeah,
now, we do know that all roads in Nintendo franchises lead to Star Fox.
Right. And Metroid is like the step right before it, so... But yeah, I mean, these are basically like early versions of the Rito. And then you have these guys over here, which I don't know what's going on with them. I can't tell if that's like a lion face with whiskers, or it's like a really crunched up guy with his hands out.
I do love them, whatever they are.
Right.
And because all I'm talking about is the music, the Light World Dungeon theme is also one of my top Zelda songs.
Yeah, the one playing right now. It's nice and atmospheric.
Yeah, it's this strange combination of tense and serene.
Yeah, it never gets like quite as overwhelming as you do with the dungeons in Zelda 1 and Zelda 2.
Right.
Although those are both equally good songs as well.
Yeah, but this one has more mystery to it.
Right. Which is appropriate, because it's the first time, you know, where you're having a dungeon, you're really like solving and not necessarily surviving.
Yes, very much so. So we should explain the Star Fox thing. I don't think we've done this on any episodes.
At least not in this series.
Yeah, right. Maybe it came up in Teddy. So we were chatting some time ago, and the root of it is the hypothesis that, well, I mean, it started with a comparison between Rivali in Breath of the Wild and Falco in Star Fox. Very similar looking characters, have very similar personalities. And at the ending of Star Fox Command, there's one ending where Falco just like vanishes. Except to like come back and complain that he's not in the ending.
Right.
as one does. So the obvious explanation is that Falco ditched the Star Fox series for a better franchise that wasn't getting ruined. And there he became the patriarch of the Chozo.
Right.
And also that branched into the Rito in the Zelda series. So Star Fox is the prequel to both Metroid and Zelda series.
And I mean, that only makes sense. I mean, you basically have Metroid between Star Fox and Zelda. So
will he talk to you?
Yeah, actually I think he will. Let's see what he says. Like, this guy he's never met
sorry,
before.
that was an interruption. But
Tingle in his eyes, a Hasrahala. Tingle like, who the fuck is this?
I'll talk to anyone who's not giving me money.
It's like, did you pay me to talk to me first? Tell you what, pots are like the most powerful weapon in this game. Hey,
There's so
that
much
was meant for
damage.
somebody else.
And he has found the defense against your pots.
I will send
Someone
waves
else
and
to
waves of
make
my own men. Let's hop down
So I
here.
love- Yeah, fairy time. Now they spelled fairy with an E. I don't think that's standard with the Zelda series anymore.
No, but I mean this game has a lot of really interesting translation gimmicks. I almost thought about playing the Game Boy Advance version of this game, but I mostly went with this
They
one because it has a better
retranslated?
resolution. Yeah, they completely retranslated that one.
Oh. Yeah, the video quality is going to be a lot better on the SNES version.
Yeah, so I figured it'd look better.
Yeah.
Although I think once maybe I get finished with this one, I might pop in the Game Boy version anyway, just to play the Four Sword Dungeon because it is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never experienced that one.
Yeah, the only ones I was able to do it was emulation because it just wasn't possible for me to play it on the actual game itself, even though I owned it, just because I didn't know anybody else who had played Four Swords, and the only way to access it is to complete the Four Swords portion of the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was able to play that a while back. I think right after the 3DS came out, Nintendo made the Four Swords section free as a standalone download.
Yeah, and they changed it so you could play it one player. They sort of made it like
Yeah.
you do play it in Four Swords Adventures.
Right. That was really short, though. I think I cleared it with my brother in one evening.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's just an extra mode in the game, sort of a
Yeah.
bonus. They're really just testing a concept, so it's kind of cool that they actually liked it enough to make a full game out of it.
Oh, yeah. Four Swords Adventure was incredibly fun. I guess we had Triforce Heroes. I was going to say it would be nice to have something like it. We did have something like it.
Yeah. Well, Triforce Heroes was not nearly as good as Four Swords Adventure was, but
It wasn't. It had its charm. We can talk about Triforce Heroes next time.
all right, next time. Good night, all.